So be sure to finish your final project and make recording right here, okay? And this is a chapter 1 about the classification of data, okay? Actually, your AW1 have a lot of questions from here. Okay, so this is a Chinese, and this is about the data and the statistical analysis. It is in my Chinese book, but don't worry about it. I changed it right here. So the cross-sectional data analysis is on this side. Okay, this side. It's called a 横断面. It's called cross-sectional. This is longitudinal data side. So it's on the right-hand side. Okay, and for doctoral level, actually I should from the bottom. Bottom is bachelor, master, okay, and doctoral, okay. So the translation will be from here for the bachelor's level. You have to focus on the univariate statistics, such as descriptive, probability theory, inferential statistics, and the non-parametric statistics. Okay, right here is connection with the right here. Okay, and for the master's level, okay, they have called a multivariate statistical analysis 1. Okay, some analyses such as MDS, called a multi-dimensional scaling, cluster analysis, covariance analysis, ANOVA, regression analysis. Okay, let's see, it's right here. Okay, right here. And for the doctoral level, very wide. So they have some association with the multivariate statistical analysis 2. Okay, such as the CS model, covariance structure models. These will be the next semester. Okay, and I am not including the modeling analysis in this semester. If we have a second semester, I will teach you this one maybe next semester. Okay, path analysis. And the other side is about the time series forecasting. Okay, that will be like economic analysis, and this is another area, and it's very difficult. Okay, so a lot about time series. Okay, and the forecasting. Okay. And remember, on the section 2, you have to make a distinguish between the factors, variables, and items in questionnaires, the relationship. Remember, the higher level is a factor, okay? Factor is like a circle, okay? Circle. And in the middle is called a variable, okay? Middle level, variable. And actually, if you saw the SPSS, they will draw like this way, okay, like this way. So one factor, okay, safe way, you have 3 variables, okay, 3 variables like this one. You can see the SPSS under the factor analysis. So remember the one factor, okay, 3 variables will be safe, okay. And this is called an item. This is called a low level, okay, low level. So you can see that with 6 questions here. Normally, it's called a Likert type scale, okay, Likert type scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5 scale. So if we said this is a 顾客反应, in English is a customer response, okay? Strongly disagree. That means he or she is not very satisfied. So maybe the 1, they will click on the 1, Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 here. Okay, 5 here. If they are very satisfied, they will click on the 5. But right now, just remember factors. Okay, variables in the middle, items. Item means a lot of question. Okay, so actually each variable they have the items right here. And remember, say this with like 6 items. Okay, 6 items. But normally people use the 3 items. Why? Why they use the 3 instead of 6 items? Because too much questions, people don't like to figure out. Okay, it wastes a lot of times. Okay, and remember, the factor is the high level. Okay, variable in the middle, items in the lower level. And we have a lot of questions about the NOIR, right? And that's your AW1 focus on. A lot of questions asked that, okay? And remember, N is mean nominal. Last time we mentioned about it, right? Like a gender, okay? Occupation, ID, number, etc., okay? Ordinal. Ordinal is a ranking, order, percentiles, etc., okay? Interval, remember, temperature, okay? Attitude, satisfaction. For Likert type scale, this called Likert type scale, 1 to 5, okay? It's belong to the interval, okay? Okay. It's a level of satisfaction about the attitude. In Chinese, they say 度,温度, 满意度, 态度. If they have a 度, they are the interval data, okay? Interval data. Ratio is real data, okay? They have an absolute 0 point, okay? But for interval data, they don't have an absolute 0 point. So the real data is the ratio, okay? Such as the income. For example, the professor maybe make like 100,000 per month. That's a ratio data, okay? Real data. And you sell how much money, that's real data, okay? You make a 90 points on AW1, that's a ratio data, called a real data, etc., okay? Sometimes they just NOIR, okay? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. And you make a separate line here. This is called a qualitative data. Qualitative data. This is called a quantitative data. Okay, qualitative, quantitative data. Okay, and this is the pattern. Okay, so this is gender. Okay, it's male, female. Okay, this is called a nominal. 名目 means nominal. 顺序 ordinal. For example, level education and high school, junior high school, 国中 senior high school, 高中 大学 college, university, right here. You guys need to click on this one, okay? This is called ordinal data, okay? Graduate school. Maybe you go to United States, you think about go ahead to take a graduate school. You will click on this one, okay? Interval data, okay? It's about the customer response, Likert type, okay? Not very unsatisfied, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And this is called ratio data. So the question is asking how much for your credit card you pay for it. So maybe 3,000, right? That's a real number called ratio data. Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, okay? And on the section 3, you have to note the measurement scales. And remember on the bottom, okay, it's called a nominal. it identifies the different. Okay, ordinal indicates the rank or order. Okay, actually I use the Copilot to generate this figure right here. Maybe you can apply that. Copilot is very good. Okay, interval means the rank or order. It's the same like this one. Sometimes we'll mix up. Okay, but remember, in Chinese they call it du, or the Likert type scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, satisfaction and attitude. Attitude. Okay, and this is a ratio. Okay, you see it is narrow, more narrow, right? It's a wide, it's narrow. Okay, called the scales of measurement. Okay, and remember the ratios measures the actual differences. Okay, and on the section 4, this is an example about the data analysis process. Normally they have 4 steps. Okay, first one, data table creation and stats, processing, interpretation. Okay, I use my book example. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variable right here. Okay, for the ID is a student code. Okay, ACH 6 means the reading achievement at the end of grade 6. Okay, ACH 5 is a grade 5. Okay, so they will compare like a pre-test and post-test. So if you have grade 5 and grade 6, in the future you can do some analysis like they have progress compare with grade 5 and grade 6. Okay, and APT is a verbal aptitude test at the grade 5. Okay, ATD means attitude towards school at the grade 5. And income is about the parents' annual income. Normally in the United States, they will not count it like a monthly. They will count it annually. Okay, annually. So they will be like thousands of USD. Okay, and you are familiar with this one because last time you already have a contact with SPSS. So if you got this data set right here, you can transfer to SPSS and do some advanced analysis. Okay, so remember on the column right here called a variable. Okay, variable, and this one is called samples. So let me ask a quick question. How many samples right here? 20. Okay, 20 right here. So if you are smart enough, you can transfer like this one. You can transfer to the SPSS limit, or you can transfer Excel, right? Excel, and you can use the SPSS transfer into the transfer Excel into SPSS, and you can do some analysis. Okay, and let's see. And this is about section 5, statistical testing methods and procedures. And don't worry about it because you can digest in the SPSS. But right now, remember, like we mentioned about NO is like categorical data. Sometimes they call it non-parametric data. Okay, and for IR is like a parametric data. Okay, but in the SPSS, if you follow the rule right here, and you can see my Chinese book, they have like some kind of guideline, and but the whole thing is under the analysis within the SPSS. Okay, so don't worry about it. But remember, right now, like 2 samples. The samples is independent. You can use the t-test. Okay, I think in the biotechnology they have a lot of experiment. Okay, they will ask you to do the t-test. Okay, so remember the guideline right here. If it is correlated, like you can use a pair t-test. Like you see the ACH 6 and SH5, you can use a pair test, pair t-test. Okay? And if it is two samples, like one factor, you can use the one-way ANOVA. Well, ANOVA is the full name for analysis of variance. Okay? They abbreviate as ANOVA. One factor called a one-way. Okay? If multiple factors, called a factorial ANOVA. Okay. On the other side is about a non-parametric data. So it's kind of like guideline here, okay? So if it is two samples, it is independent, you use the main Whitney U, okay? I think a lot of in the hospital, in the medicine, they use the main Whitney U a lot, okay? If it is correlated, remember this is called a non-parametric data. Normally we'll focus on the NO, okay? Nominal, ordinal. Parametric data is focused on the IR, okay? So like I say, if you use the cross line, NO is like a non-parametric data, okay? IR is a parametric data, okay? And for correlated, you can use the Wilcoxon sign rank monomer, okay? Monomer. If greater than two samples and it is independent, you can use the group called Wallace. If related, it's Friedman and Cantor's W, okay? And right now you have to make a note. Remember, if in the future you sort like X and Y, okay? Normally they are the IR, okay? If it is one head error, please remember it's called the causal effect. Causal effect. CAUSAL. Causal effect. That means the relationship, okay? Another saying is a relationship, okay? You see a correlated right here. If X and Y is double head, okay? Double head. It's called a correlation, okay? CORRE. I miss my laptop. Correlation. Double-headed is correlation, okay? One arrowhead they call a relationship, or they call it causal effect, okay? And this one is called a simple regression, okay? X and one headed arrow called a relationship. And the analysis is called a regression analysis. Okay, don't worry about it. I will introduce you later. Okay, and for categorical data, okay, and more focus on the NO. Okay. So if it is independent, degree of freedom equals 1, you can use the Fisher or chi-square. Okay. Chi-square is famous. If it is greater 1, you use the chi-square, okay? If it is a related binary, you can use the Carbon's Q, okay? And for correlation, if it is parametric, normally involved with two variables. So if both are the parametric, IR, okay? Use the Pearson correlation, okay? This is famous, okay? If it is ordinal, use the Spearman-Cantor's-Torby, okay? If two variables are nominal, you use the phi, okay? Phi in the Greek looks like this one, right? Phi, okay? Cramer's V, contingent coefficient, okay? Let's see. So last week we already go to SPSS, so that's okay. Maybe next week we go to SPSS again, okay? I know we don't have much time right now, okay? And also you can try the cloud. If you don't have the SPSS at home, you can try the cloud. And I think it's cloud.mcu.edu.tw on the week 1. You can type www.cloud.mcu.tw. You can find the SPSS on the cloud. Okay, so maybe next time we will go to the SPSS again. Okay, and that's it. And for the final project, you finish. And remember, press